and a very good day. Our group for this assignment is Group G. Before I start presenting, let me introduce myself first. My name is Surakila binti Abdurrahman. My matrix number is BG19110-239. Our assignment contains of the finding concerning youth healthy lifestyle and food waste behavior in Malaysia. As one of the group members, I want to present 4 data analysis from our assignments. Let's get right into it.
The first demographic information of the respondents who fill out the survey questionnaire is about I regularly plan my purchases by writing a shopping list. The pie chart above shows a small percentage of respondents, which is 7.9%. Then there are 13.9% of people who rarely, 26.7% stated sometimes, 21.8% of respondents stated always. Around 29.7% of them said often. As a result, the mean of this graph is 3.44, indicating that respondents occasionally plan their purchases by making a shopping list. The second data analysis is about the percentage of respondents who are aware of the distinctions between use by and best before dates. A small minority of respondents is 5%. About 9.9% of the respondents were only occasionally aware. 24.8% of them are sometimes knowledgeable. 23.8% said they are often aware, while the majority, 36.6%, stated they were always aware. The mean result in this preventive is 3.77, indicating that the respondents are always aware of the variations between use by and best before dates. Let's move on to the third data analysis. According to the data analysis above, just 7.9% of respondents have never used their leftover the next day. About 14.9% of respondents seldom, 30.7% and 32.7% who occasionally and frequently, and 13.9% of them say they always use leftovers. In these situations, the average is 3.30, indicating that respondents occasionally eat leftovers in the following day. Last but not least, I will present about the likelihood of food waste for each meal and drink. 26.7% of respondents said never and 25.7% said seldom. 22.8% said often, while 19.8% said sometimes. The smallest percentage is 5%. With value of 2.53, the mean for this data suggests that the majority of respondents seldom waste their drinks in this statement. That's all for me, thank you. We can move to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Putri Shafinas binti Nasruddin and my matrix number is BG19110-225. And today I'm going to present about the probability of food waste. The probability of food being wasted on a meat-based supper is depicted in the pie chart. According to the bar chart, the biggest percentage of respondents, which is 26.7%, rarely waste meat at each meal. The second highest percentage of respondents, which is 24.8%, said they never wasted meat at each meal. Next, 23.8% of those polled admitted to sometimes wasted meat on an occasion. Only 16.8% of respondents indicated they frequently wasted meals. Following that, only 7.9% of the respondents always discard meat in their regular dinner, with values of 2.56. The mean for this data suggests that the majority of respondents rarely waste meat at each meal. The graph shows the result of questionnaire in which respondents were asked about their food being wasted, especially fruit and vegetables. The majority of respondents sometimes will waste fruit and vegetable, which is 30.7% based on the pie chart. This was followed by the second highest data of 23.8% of 101 respondents who would not waste and consume it. Meanwhile, 21.8% of respondents seldom squander their fruit and vegetables. However, 18.8% and 5.0% of respondents were often and always squander fruits and vegetables in their meal, respectively. In conclusion, 2.59 respondents sometimes wasted their fruit and vegetables, and most of them may dislike it, resulting in waste. Next, Table 1.2.4 and pie chart illustrate the probability of fish being wasted on respondents' meals. Overall, 29.7% of the respondents sometimes waste fish, which was the highest data, while 21.8% is the third highest number of respondents who never wasted fish in their meal. The number of respondents that seldom waste fish was 23.8%, the second highest in the data. This followed by 14.9% often and 9.9% always wasted fish on the meal. According to the data, the mean of respondents sometimes wasted fish with a value of 2.67. This can be concluded that respondents sometimes waste fish. It is clear that most of them prefer seafood as their meal. Graph 8 shows the result of respondents wasted eggs as their meals. From the pie chart, it is clear that the majority of respondents never and seldom wasted egg as their meal, with just a 5% difference between the two. Nearly 30.7% choose not to waste eggs, and 25.7% seldom show egg wastage. The above data also shows that the habit of consumers often wasting eggs accounts for 22.8% of 101 respondents. Only a small minority have a behavior for sometimes and always towards egg wastage, which were 12.9% and 7.9%. Finally, the average respondent often wasted in this observation of 2.51. In conclusion, never habit is the highest data and shows they consume eggs as their meal. However, some spoiled and rotten eggs make consumers throw them away. I think that's all for my part. Thank you.
The table and pie chart illustrate the respondents' behavior and regularity on breakfast. Most of the respondents show a high average of 3.46 respondents taking breakfast every morning. Besides, a total of 70 respondents representing 16.8% always take their breakfast in the morning, much lower than the respondents who often in regularity take breakfast 42.6%. 10.9% of the respondents are seldom, while 90.8% accounts for 20 respondents sometimes take breakfast. For lunch regularity, the second highest data represent respondents who often take lunch 29.7% over 30 people. However, respondents sometimes take lunch, which has the difference only 3 people from the second highest data by 26.7%. In the pie chart, the large light blue area represents the respondents always take their lunch, 36.6% with mean 3.94. Based on the pie chart above shows the percentage of respondents who have dinner regularly. The highest percent is 41.6% of respondents who always have dinner regularly with mean 4.04, while the lowest percent is 4% of respondents who never and seldom have their dinner regularly. Next, we move to the consumption of healthy food, which are eat fruit and vegetables. The highest percentage is 47.5% of respondents often waste vegetables on each meal, with 3.81 mean. This followed by 21.8% of respondents always, 4% of respondents seldom, and 3% of respondents, which is the lowest, never waste vegetables respectively. Based on the pie chart above shows regularity eat junk food. The highest percent feedback is sometimes with 37.6%, with mean 3.31 followed by often which is 23.8%. The data also shows that only 7.9% responded that never regularly eat junk food, which is the least responded.
In this pie chart shows the preferer to drink plain water rather than soft drink. The highest percentage of respondents are always with 40.6%, followed by 27.7% of respondents was often, and 22.8% was sometimes in this statement. 7.9% of respondents represent seldom in the statement. The chart also shows that never prefer to drink water rather than soft drinks recorded the lowest percentage, which is 1%. The mean for this statement is 3.99, which shows mostly the respondents are often drink water. Next, this shows the majority of 45.5% of respondents often consume their daily meals at home. There are only 4% of respondents seldom consume their daily meals at home, and 0% stated for never. Hence, 23.8% of respondents are sometimes, and 26.7% always consume at home. The mean achieved is 3.95, which shows that the respondent often consumes their daily meals at home. The pie chart shows the respondent regularity percentage that eat at home. The highest percentage is 42.6% of respondents who always eat at their home. Meanwhile, the lowest percentage is 5.9% represent the respondents who seldom to eat at their home. The pie chart also shows 20.8% are often eat at their homes, and the rest of 30.7% said they are only eat at home sometimes. Based on the data, the mean for this statement is 4.0, which means that the respondents are mostly always eat at their home. Other than that, the pie chart shows the respondent regularity percentage who eat at outside. As it has been shown at the highest percentage is 34.7%, which the respondents said that they always eat at outside, while the lowest percentage is 9.9% of respondents who said that they seldom to eat at outside. Meanwhile, the percentage of respondents who choose often sometimes are 33.7% and 21.8% respectively. The mean of this statement is 3.93, which means the most respondents are always eat at outside. Lastly, in this pie chart shows the percentage of respondents by gender. Based on the data shows the male respondents are 50%, which representing 49.5%, while the 51 respondents are female, which representing 50.5% of the percentage shown. The mean of the statement is 1.49, which means the percentage of female respondents are higher than male.
I'm Chiang Kai Ken from HE21 and I'm from Group G. Now I would like to describe about the respondents' demographic by age. The pie chart above shows the respondents' demographic percentage by age. As we can see from the data, the highest percentage is 60.4%, which represent the respondents who are 22 to 24 years old, while the lowest percentage is 1.2%, which represent the respondents who are 28 to 30 years old. 13.9% of percentage are the respondents at the age of 25 to 27 years old, while the rest 24.8% are the respondents from the age of 18 to 21 years old. The mean of statement is 1.91, which means that most of the respondents are 22 to 24 years old. Now I would like to talk about the respondents' demographic by residence. The pie chart above shows the percentage of the respondents' demographic by their residence. Based on the data above, it shows that Perak has the highest residence percentage, which is 27%, which are representing 26.7%. Following with Sabah, which is 26%, represent 25.7% of the percentage. And then Negeri Sembilan with 9%, which represent 8.9%. And Pulau Pinang has the lowest percentage, which 1% with only 1% of respondents. For family income, graph 21 above shows that the percentage of respondents by family income, the number of respondents in family income less than 2,500 ringgit are 19 people, which is represent 18.8%. The number of respondents at family income from B2 group are 28 people, which is represent 27.7%. The number of respondents in family income B3 group are 13 people, which is represent 12.9%. And the respondents at family income from B4 group are 27% For M1 group are 2%, M2 are 8%, M3 are 2%, for M4 group are 2 people, which is represent 2%, and the respondents have family income from T1 group are 0 people. This result of overall data mean of say 5 sections are 3.5, 2.57, 3.81, 3.7, and 3.96 respectively. The result analysis revealed that the overall youth respondents is indeed aware of the importance of practicing healthy lifestyle. This shows the Malaysian youth as increasing interest in committing a healthy lifestyle by starting to eating foods at home. Secondly, from the highest data of mean is the youth's meal regularity. Having balanced meal regularly can keep a balanced diet so it will prevent the occurrence of diseases. The implications of these findings, we found that young people have many bad habits. The mean data of only 2.57 actually shows that youth were less aware in the bad habit of wasting food. The habit of wasting food will cause more youth to feel disapproved and think it is normal. If food continues to be wasted, this will cause the resources of food in the earth to become quickly as houses. Thank you. This is for all from Group G. Thanks.